You're gonna start another rock slide in Malibu. Oh, what a nice crowd. Thank you for coming tonight. May the force be with you. May the jokes be with me. Have you been out to the Malibu area?
Yes.
Malibu's a great place to live right now. If a fat lady in Tarzana sneezes, an avalanche comes over the highway. I had a rough time getting to work today. I had to put a cowcatcher on the front of my DeLorean. Look, luckily, I have a second home. I have a condo at the foot of Mount Etna. By the way, I've been asked about Mount Etna is no longer erupting. 2 Sicilians hustled it into the back of a Pontiac and took it for a ride. Cover me on that one. How are you, Doctor?
Very well.
Good to see you.
I mean, really good.
What do you mean? Is for some particular reason?
Yeah, something I did maybe 10 years ago. It's all coming back.
Man fantasizes. That's why we're standing here. Anyway, we are in Burbank. Did you know, interesting historical note here, possibly, when Ponce de Leon was searching for the Fountain of Youth, he found Burbank. No, he looked so young compared to everyone else, he thought he'd found it. I have a late report from the newsroom. The Reverend Sun Young Moon of the Unification Church just announced he's going to marry everyone in the world to Tom Selleck. I was doing a little hobnobbing this weekend. Normally, I don't do a lot of hobnobbing. More hobbing than I do knobbing. I was at a nice party, not a political party, actually, for the Vice President of the United States, thrown by Mr. and Mrs. Weintraub out here, and I ran into Mr. Bush, whom I have mentioned frequently in the monologue. And I said, Mr. Vice President, I says, I hope you don't mind all the jokes that I make about your office. And he said, no, and I hope you don't mind your tour of El Salvador, Private. Anyway, I think Bush wanted to take one look at the Malibu coastline before James Watt turns it into the Exxon refinery. You haven't been out there. It is bad. They have a sign of it that says Boulder Crossing. Else is on the news. They opened another attraction out here in California. I guess it's down with the Queen Mary. Mm-hmm. It's all in the papers. Yeah. The famous Spruce Goose, which actually is not made out of spruce, I understand. Right? It's made out of plywood. What? Pine?
Birch.
Birch pine?
Birch.
Birch.
Fir.
Oh, I'm getting a medley of trees here. What the hell is that? Anyway, it's made out of wood. And the wing is the size of a football field. You know how big that is? How big is that?
100 yards.
That's right. It's over that. 320 feet. And it holds 2,000 gallons of gasoline, which lasts for about 10 minutes. And that later became an inspiration for Detroit. Well, I have some good news and bad news. Uh-oh. The bad news is the national debt is now over $1 trillion. Yeah. The good news is President Reagan has promised to cut the military budget in half by using that stuff on every other shingle. Memories. I think Reagan is holding another press conference tonight, isn't he?
Yes.
He's going to open the press conference with a prepared statement, followed by reading prepared answers. Vice President is now out of the state, isn't he? Good. There's a big election in your hometown. Well, not your hometown. Is Philadelphia?
Philadelphia, yes.
Is considered your hometown? Frank, I think his name is Frank Rizzo? Rizzo, who's the controversial ex-mayor and former chief of police, is running for the office down there. And he's a tough cookie, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
He's a tough law and order man. I understand he once threw his mother in the slammer because his socks had static cling. Tough. How many of you saw the mayor of New York City, Ed Koch, on Saturday Night Live last week? He was the host, and he did a monologue, and he got a lot of laughs at President Reagan's expense. Now, I don't think anyone should get laughs, making fun of the president. I mean, an actor in the White House is not a laughing matter. Bush has left the state. Yeah. He has such a big hit, I understand NBC has made him an offer for a sitcom called Mr. Ed, the Talking Mayor.
Oh.
You're entitled. You're entitled. We got a good show tonight. Lovely Brooke Shields is here tonight.
Yeah.
How many of you know she's going to talk about it? Brooke took a summer job, I think, at the San Diego Zoo, and apparently did not realize how tough zoo work can be. Somebody said she was up to her Calvins and zebra chips. Of course, the most difficult part... What am I doing here? The most difficult part of zoo work is separating the offspring from their mothers. But the guards managed to subdue Brooke's mother with a tranquilizer gun. Anyway, she's going to go to Princeton in the fall.
Yeah.
Isn't that nice? And I understand Marlon Perkins is going to tag her and follow her mating habits. Brooke also will come out here later and meet some unusual animals, the band right over here. Albert Brooks, a very funny, original, inventive comedian. Thank you for coming, and we'll be right back. We'll be right back. Thank you. Thank you, Robert. Flaky, I don't know what it is. Is there a full moon? Well, there is, of course, somewhere.
Yeah.
We just can't see it here. I don't know. I know what it is.
What?
I had an upset stomach this morning, and the doctor gave me some kind of a pill to settle it down.
How did it do?
Good. It's supposed to help you feel a little better.
Yeah. How do you feel?
I feel fine.
Good.
Somebody sent me this from the Chanute Tribune. Where would that be? Chanute. Is that Illinois?
Illinois.
Small town paper. A lady sent this in by the name of Ginger Patterson. And she said, it's small town paper. And it was just personal classified ads. Male 28 will mow yards in return for sexual favors.
Boy.
Are we living in a strange world? I want to tell you.
Ooh.
Gives a number, calls after so-and-so. Well, mow yards. Oh, we've got some things here from kids. We're going to do something this coming week. Somebody sent me a letter from Rob Wilkinson of San Jose, California. I think we talked about this. Are you Rob, or are you from San Jose? Anyway, there's a book called Fascinating Facts by David Lewis, and we're going to get a copy. We've done some of this before. And then we're going to try to disprove some of these things.
Right.
For example, which would go longer, do you think, without water? A camel or a rat?
A rat. Am I close?
You're right. Yeah. You only went for the rat because you would think a camel would go longer, so you took a shot at it,
No,
right?
I went for the rat because I wanted to see that look again on your face.
Right.
That look.
You knew that, huh?
I took a wild guess.
Okay.
I had a 50 chance.
Now, where's the hippopotamus born? Did you know this?
Born?
Yeah.
Any one specific one you were talking
No,
about?
just a hippopotamus.
I don't know.
Underwater.
Underwater.
Did you know that the reason I'm setting this up because it's to set the premise for what we're going to do later.
Okay.
Not tonight, but later sometime this week. Depending on
They'll be on pins and needles till we get to this. What night are we going to do it?
I'm not going to announce it in advance. I want to see if anybody is interested, first of all. Did you know sheep will not drink from running water?
I knew that.
Oh, come on. You didn't know. See, now what we're going to do, we're going to bring a sheep out here.
Right.
And going to get a little thing with tilted and see if the sheep will drink.
Okay.
We don't know. Did you know the Washington Monument sinks 6 inches each year? What do you mean, right?
Doc knew that.
Did you know that, Doc?
Yeah.
There's an echo in here.
I saw it happen.
He saw it happen? Which weighs more, hot water or cold water?
Cold water.
Aha. Hot water weighs more than cold
Why
water.
is that?
Why is that?
Why does hot water weigh more than cold water? I mean, you brought it up. You must have some explanation.
I suppose because of the temperature difference. Let's move along here to the next one. Now, here's the one. I never knew this. Do you know the animal? The only animal that cries? The only animal that cries.
No, I do not.
Man is the only animal that cries. Now, we're going to test that later this week. We're going to bring...
How are you going to do that?
I'm going to bring a pig, a dog, and a cat in here.
Okay.
I'm going to set them down, and I'm going to read them a very sad story.
And if I cry, and they don't.
Because I don't know whether they do that or not. Okay, that's, the only reason I brought that. It was to see if that would maybe...
No, it was good. Certainly settled my stomach. I hope it settled yours.
You didn't know a rat. No longer without water than a camel. You took a... Okay. Here's some works from 6th and 7th graders from the DHH Lingual School in Pottsville, Pennsylvania. And Kenneth E. Yost sent these in. He's a social studies teacher, and he gave these children, see, 6th and 8th graders would be about 11, 12 years of age. Their assignment was to think of an invention, which was to be a product of their own creativity. And they sent along something. Did you ever invent anything?
No.
All right, here's one from Joey Coates, I believe it is. He came up with the automatic hair cutter, and they sent a drawing. This automatic hair cutter is a pair of scissors with a wire on the end and a mirror in front. Put the automatic hair cutter on the top of your head, and then pull on the wire. And the scissors will cut your hair for free. Yeah, that's not too bad, Joey. I just think you recalled Mr. T's haircut. You know? Oh, here's one I love. Tom, C-R-A-M-C-Y-K. Kromchek, something like that? An automatic teacher beater. Now get this. Every kid needs one. If any teacher gets you mad, you just push and start and say at a time and let it go to work. If you'd like one, send $1 in a self-addressed box to Automatic Teacher Beater, Minnesota, Wisconsin. Tom is with the Marquis du Sade Daycare Center. That's a good idea. Natalie, K-A-H-U-K-A, I believe. Money-scented perfume, she says. Money-scented perfume can make you smell like $1 million.
Good slogan.
Not bad. All right. Michael, well, Michael will know who he is. The hooker.
Does he have a drawing?
Well, you know, this is a long... Have you ever spent a long day fishing with the hooker? This is a thing to put hooks on the line and so forth and so on. For a moment, I thought we were in deep trouble. It's a very advanced school here. This one from Chris Kromchak again. He must be the brother of the other Tom Kromchak. Killer bomb. This great new bomb is really a blast. If you want to blow anyone, you can use this killer bomb. It can kill a robber, a sheep herder. Sheep herder? To work, just set on what you want to kill and let it rip. For this fabulous bomb, which is not available in stores yet, rush 99 cents and gum wrappers. To Killtown, Pennsylvania. Boy, this kid is... eyeglass wipers. There's a little brush tied to a string on the top of your eyeglasses. The string extends through the eyeglasses until you get to the end where your eyeglasses look into your ear. Hook into your ear. Then the string is tied to the end of your eyeglasses, and you pull the string. When you pull the string, the little brush wipes over your eyeglasses. If it's raining, your eyeglasses get wet or foggy, you can pull the string, and the little brush will wipe your glasses clean. I don't think we got a big winner here, but not bad. Automatic finger phone. The automatic wallet. This invention is a wallet that hands you your money. Don't you hate it when you go to the store and don't have enough money? Well, this is a breakthrough. You want to find out how much money you have, you press a button, and if your money is stuck together, we'll hand it to you. Also has a phone in it. It sells for $20.95. I have one of those wallets that hands my money to other people. Let's see. The automatic kid cleaner. This is from, I can't see the name on here. Automatic kid cleaner is a cleaner that helps you out. It cleans your kid whenever he decides to play in mud. It comes with automatic soap, wash towels, dry towel, and a new set of clothes. Takes all the fun out of cleaning your kid. Send it to Pottsdale, PA. Danny Marshall. What else we got here? Kids, it's not a bad idea to give kids an assignment like this, is it? The Think About TV is very helpful to TV watchers all over the world. You think what you want on TV, and it will appear. If you like the TV show, Joni Loves Chachi, think about it, and you can watch it. If you want to make up your own, just think and watch it. Why am I talking like David Brinkley? So you can take it anywhere. Automatic morning waker-upper. So waker-upper, it's a waterproof alarm clock, and if it rings 5 or more times and you're still not up, we'll shoot water out from the top of the clock into your... Melinda Snyder. You have one of those, don't you?
Right, I do,
You
yes.
have a Budweiser clock,
Right.
yes. Sleeping with your mouth open for years. The super automatic luxury fighter, called the 1916 and 15 super automatic because it's very pleasurable on the inside. On the outside, it's very dangerous. It has 15 semi-automatics. It has 12 double semi-automatics and 2 double automatics. Also has a super nuclear cosmic cannon and 2 small nuclear bombs which can blow up every island in the Pacific. It has 3 super turbojet boosters to make it move fast if needed. Send $10.
Let's see the picture.
Yeah. Luxury fighter, Deathville, PA. Is there a town called...
Look at that. Woo.
Kid is going to be in the work for the Pentagon soon. Thank you. That's nice for sending those along from, did I mention the name of the school? Got it here somewhere.
Pottsville, isn't it?
What?
Was it Pottsville?
No, here it is, the D.H. Lingle School in Pottsville, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. We'll be back. Brooke Shields is here. Albert Brooks, Brooks Benton, Benton and Bowles. Albert Brooks is with us tonight. He's an unusual performer. Bizarre, inventive, comes up with crazy, wild things. He started as a stand-up comedian, then he got into movies, and he told me he wanted to forego the list of credits so he can have more time out here.
Oh.
Would you welcome Albert Brooks? Very tough to introduce somebody on the show without any plugs, you know. It's usually a movie, a record album, or they're opening at the...
I want to say something seriously.
Yeah.
I'm joking tonight for a little boy who is very ill in a hospital in Northern California. I promised him I would get big laughs. If I do, he lives. If I don't, he's gone. I wanted to put some of the responsibility onto them because I've been nervous all day about. I don't want to visit.
I'm gonna double that offer. Oh. Remember that great scene was the Lou Gehrig thing where Babe Ruth went to the hospital and promised the kid he'd hit 2 homers.
I loved movies like that. I love movies where
And then Gehrig went in and says, "I'll hit 3."
Yeah, and then what about the guy who came afterwards and said he hit 4 and didn't? No one knows about him, you know. Kid was waiting. And the guy afterwards said, "I'll hit 6," you know, and already don't. Please, he's sick now.
Are you an old movie fan?
No, I'm an old movie star fan. I like to see him in the market beg for food, but I don't really like. You know what's interesting about these Lou Gehrig stories? Oh, we'll talk about that another time. Why give my time to Lou Gehrig? He's already so beloved. I'd like to give you a quick impression. I have
Sure.
of the Palm Springs Police Department. All right?
Palm Springs.
Yes,
Police
this is my impression of the Palm Springs Police Department. Palm Springs Police, Pally, this is Frank Sinatra. Can you do me a favor? Jilly is sick. Do you think you could pick up some deli for me? Hold on a moment. Palm Springs Police. Hey, this is Bob. I can't get my cleaning hope. Hold on a moment. Palm Springs Police. This is Lucy. I've got to get to the airport. Hold on a moment. Palm Springs Police. This is Jerry Ford. Do you have Frank Sinatra's number?
That's it.
You know,
I didn't list any of your credits out. You said you wanted to save them for here. You have movies and things that.
Well,
you wanna
I
talk
do.
about? I know you don't like to push the. You feel awkward about hustling.
well, I mean, I'm in this movie, The Twilight Zone, and when a studio spends $82 million on the advertising, they don't need me to come on,
Yeah.
you know, and say anything. But I'm in that, and I did this movie. Oh, I got scared. Hi. I do want to say something that was interesting. Last week, I found there's an interesting arrogance that's come into our country. People that work with electronic things, the more complicated they get, the more arrogant. Electricians have always been arrogant. I went to a car stereo place last Wednesday, actually. I'm doing nothing now, so I know every day what I do. And
Things not to do today, huh?
I have this car stereo. It has auto reverse. It plays in one direction. It doesn't play in the other. I went to this car stereo place right away. If the stereo comes with a car, the people don't even want to talk to you, you know? And I walked in and I said to the guy, I have some trouble with my stereo. He said, did you buy it here? I said, no, but you know, it says repair. Oh, is that sign still up there? Yeah. I swear to God, I said here, I said, would you look at the car? And he stared me down as if I could bring the car in the room. I said, it's right out on the street. Just come out and look at it. He walks out, he looks in the window. He says, this come with a car? Yeah. What's the trouble with it? I said, it plays in one direction, it won't play in the other. He actually said to me, throw it away. What kind of advice is that? I said, I'm sorry. He said, throw it away. He's walking back in the building. Hold it. What do you mean, throw it away? He said, for what it costs you to take it out, I don't even want to fix it. But if I throw it away, I've got to take it out. I mean, it has to be taken out sometime, you know? Now, I mean, an electrician, you call them electricians I love, because if you call an electrician, and you show him where the box is, you can go back in your living room and sit and count to 5, and by 5, he'll call your name. 1, 2, 3. Mr. Brooks? Yeah. Come outside? Yes, sir. Who wired this thing up for you? It's a brand new house. The humans do it or an animal fix it up for you? How'd you do it? I think, it was done by code. Well, I can give you more circuits, but save money, just wait for the fire. Yeah.
You're right. I went through that this week, so help me.
I know.
Because every electrician who comes, the guy whoever did the work before says, this is a mess. This guy really...
Whatever it is, a brand new house. This is a mess. The best thing are exterminators. You call an exterminator, they go onto your house, and they come, Mr. Brooks, yeah, want to come down here? Yeah. They ask you what you want to do. It's great. He says, you got 6 rats. I think it's probably where your bedroom is. What do you want to do? Give them magazines.
That's right.
Let's send them to college.
That's right. Take
See
them to
if
a
they
movie.
drink more than camels.
Take
I have
them to
no
a movie.
idea.
I don't know. Well, they
do
can
you
stay
wanna
down
do?
there a long time now that you know. You could have a camel under there. Luckily, you got rats.
Exterminators also, they've got you there too because they're very coy about it. Yeah, I see about 6 rats and a huge mole. You're crawling out. What are you gonna, well, I'll come back Monday. Oh, no. Well, we gotta work out take all my income. Just send me what you don't want.
But get rid of those
Oh,
rats.
wait, I don't want to sleep at the weekend with a mole. It's a terrible thought.
We'll take a short break. We're going to be right back. We're talking with Albert Brooks. We're going to talk a little bit about your school that you started some years ago, the Professional Comedian School.
Famous school for comedians.
Yeah, where people could go learn to become a professional comedian.
Yes, I'm as excited tonight as I've ever been. The last time with you, I introduced part 1 of the home comedy kit, in which I taught people to do impressions.
Right.
This kit should be ready, they tell me now, Christmas '85. Mm-hmm. I wanted it ready by the Olympics. They tell me there's another Olympics in '88. I don't know. Anyway, in this kit, Johnny, I started as a ventriloquist.
I know that.
Now, God gave me the gift to throw my voice. I couldn't do this by myself. But I always thought, if you don't have that gift, why eliminate ventriloquism? It's so good, it's funny, it works. Now, I'm going to show you something. About 3 years ago, I came across, we've seen this speak and spell, right? You've seen this? Yeah. It says words, and it has the little alphabet here. Okay, all right. Toy, meaningless, nothing. I got together 8 of the best computer scientists that the famous school for comedians could afford. Quite frankly, they're watching tonight, these gentlemen. They weren't good enough to work for Apple, or they would have. But we got them, and it doesn't mean they're not good. Just because you can't work for the biggest doesn't mean you're not good.
Of course.
I showed them this. I said, gentlemen, I don't know, I think there's something in here. They spent 2.5 years, Johnny, almost $350,000
goodness.
researching and developing what could go in the kit. Tonight, what you're going to see is a prototype. I'm going to introduce, obviously, we're not going to be able to sell things that cost $350,000. We'll make it out of a cheaper grade of plastic. But Johnny, this is what American ingenuity can do in almost 400 grand. I am premiering tonight the second ingredient in the home comedy kit, the electronic dummy. You don't need to be able to throw your voice. Would you welcome Buddy? All right? Buddy, say hi to the audience.
Hi.
All right, can you hear? Happy to be here, aren't you, Buddy?
Yes.
Yes, I know you are. Yes, sir. Buddy, do you know where you are? Look around. Do you know where you are?
TV.
Very good, Buddy. Very good. Very good. You know, Buddy had an ear infection, Johnny, and he couldn't hear earlier today, and he almost didn't want to come on. Buddy, is your ear better? I said, can you hear now? I said, is your ear better? All right, fine. Buddy just got back from Mexico. Did you have a good time, Buddy?
See.
All right. You like Mexico, huh? Uh-huh. Gonna stay there for a while? I see. If you could say sigh, we could have a bit. All right.
What's your sister's name? Sue.
Yeah. All right. Buddy, would you like to meet Johnny Carson?
Right.
Because he's sitting right here, and he's a very important man, Buddy. Okay, right. Want to meet him, Buddy? All right, say hello to Johnny. Say it, Buddy. Say hi to Johnny. All right. I have to tell you something. Buddy's very nervous, Johnny. He didn't want to be... But he's calling me now, Al. I'm talking, Buddy. He was very nervous. Buddy, I'm talking. He didn't want to be here, Johnny. I had to... Buddy, don't be rude. Buddy, what is it, Buddy?
I-E-E.
Oh, Buddy. It's not like a dog, it's computer pee-pee. It's wrong. Buddy, where do you learn manners like that?
You.
All right. Buddy, I don't think you have any concept. Buddy, I want you to look right in that camera, okay? All right, just stare right in the camera, okay? All right, now you look at something, Buddy. What you just did in front of 12 million people.
G.
Nobody. GTE. He loves computer humor. Johnny, he loves computer humor. Right. Buddy, the computer scientist in the burrito? Oh, he loves that. Loves computer humor. All right. Buddy, Buddy, by the way, he likes to, he eats human food, don't you, Buddy? Uh-huh. What'd you have earlier today? Bacon and what?
Eggs.
Very good. Buddy has a party to go to later tonight. Johnny's very excited. He and his girlfriend have been going for 2 years. You're going to exchange gifts, right?
Yes.
Uh-huh. You're going to give her a car, right?
Yes.
What are you going to give her, Buddy?
X-K-E.
Ooh, a Jaguar. Very nice. What's she going to give you, Buddy?
V-D.
All right.
Here's a truly lovely young lady you all know. Internationally known actress and model, and Brooks has just finished starring in a movie called Sahara, which will be released, I believe, in December. Would you welcome Miss Brooke Shields? It's good to see you again.
Oh, it's great to be back.
Yeah. You were going to bring an animal with you tonight because you're
was.
working with the San Diego Zoo. It was a lemur.
Yes,
right?
it was a lemur.
And something happened.
Well, actually, it was, he's a one-armed lemur. He only has one arm, and his name is Timmy. And he's very sweet, but there was sort of a mix-up in communication, and it was hard to bring him here from San Diego on such quick notice.
Yeah. Why did you decide to do this? I read something about it in the paper the other day. You had an option, I guess?
Well, actually, in my school, the seniors are given 1 month off to go on an independent study.
Right.
And some
What were
of
your
my...
choices?
Well, no, you get to pick a choice.
Oh.
You propose it to the administration, and if they accept it, you can go. Some of my friends are taking dance classes.
Yeah.
Some are learning to play instruments. Some are traveling. And whatever they do, they have to present something to the administration and to the school when they get back. So I said that I had the opportunity to work in the San Diego Zoo as a student intern, and they accepted it, and so did the zoo, and I was very lucky.
I think that's great. You obviously get along well with the animals. Have you had
Very
pets when you
well.
like this?
Yes, I do have many pets. I think, as I'd said before, I'm not scared of them, and I think they feel comfortable. And I mean, the animals are wild, but I've learned to handle them.
Yeah. When you say wild, what are you talking about?
Whether-
What animals do you get involved with?
Well, I've been working with koalas. I've been
Yeah.
working with the primates, which the lemurs and langurs and, all,
Right.
and chimps.
Now, they cry, don't they?
I guess so. I was going to say that. We have a pygmy monkey in our nursery, and today it was hungry and it didn't eat its lunch. So then by the time dinner time came, it was starving, and it started to cry, and I saw little tears. So
There was a little tear.
you can forget about your dog
You
and your
see?
pig and your.
And I stepped on a real rabbit's foot once, and I think it cried.
Yes. Yeah, well, they whimper. They whimper. Maybe they don't have tears, but you actually saw.
I saw little tears in this little baby.
Yeah. Well, that takes care of bringing the pig and the dog
Yeah,
out.
that's
I
what I
guess.
just said. There goes the.
Probably had something there. I've had a lot of animals on the show over the years,
Yes.
and I've had some good luck with some of them and bad luck with others.
Yes. I think actually what you have to do.
Yeah.
Yes, after working with so many animals in the zoo, I think you have to be positive. You have to be assertive, and you have to let them know that you are in control, and yet at the same time respect them. I think they see you and they sort of say, hey, this guy's going to be fun. Let's play a joke on him, or
Yeah.
let's get control. And a lot of the time they might do that, like that little one that decided
Well, the
to
marmoset
mark
just climbed
your
up on top of my
territory.
head and marked his territory.
Yes. That's what they do.
I'll
and
probably
it's,
run into him again sometime because apparently it lasts
I've been
forever.
talking to him about you.
What do you mean being controlled? Is it tone of voice?
Well, I think it's just a feeling of if they can see that you're not scared of them,
Right.
and that you will have certain control over them, and yet, as I say, respect them,
Yeah.
and just don't let them get into control.
Okay, I'll remember that next time I have something on. What are you required to do now at the zoo? You have a regular routine? You have to feed the animals?
Well, it's what I do. It's the feeding and the caring of the animals. I'm there at about 6, and sometimes if I'm working in the nursery, it's 5:30, and you have to feed them, and there's a
Right.
lot of food preparation and a lot of cleaning. You
Yes.
think that it's not all handling. You spend most of the morning cleaning their cages and taking care of them. And many of the animals you cannot handle. Most of the animals in the nursery you can.
Is this something you might, later on in your career, might like to do? Work with animals?
I think so. I think I'm happy with what I'm doing now, but I think after school, or maybe even when I retire, I'd like to work with animals.
You're not going to retire right away, are you?
No,
Are there any
not
animals
away.
you really get uptight about? Some people don't like snakes, for example. Just the idea of a reptile just turns them
No,
off.
I don't. Most of the animals I get along with, there are the birds. I like birds, but they're sort of frustrating because you can't really handle.
Well, their brain is just so small.
You can't really handle the birds. I mean,
it is frustrating. They smell good and they're soft, but they won't come or do anything.
right.
They just.
well, no,
they're
you
too
give them, they
independent.
just
But they cry
flutter a
too if
lot.
you step on them.
I didn't know that.
No, as I said, most of the animals, if you can handle them, it's fun, it's enjoying, it's rewarding. But the birds, they flutter around and you can't
Good, I
really.
hope you have a good time with that. Sounds like
Thank
a
you.
nice way to spend some time. Now, you're going to go to Princeton
Yes,
this
I
fall.
This fall.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's great. You looking forward to it?
Very much so.
Are you going to be able to have a social life that's not in the public eye every time you go somewhere? Or
Well, they're making a bigger Volkswagen now. I just thought I'd tell you. I was watching your show the other night, and you said that they're going to have trouble with my mom and I in the back of a Volkswagen.
Oh, yeah, I
That's
did
a
say
new model.
say
That's
something
real
like
big.
yeah, I did say something about dating you would be very tough with mom in the back. Well, there's been a lot of stuff in the press. Now, you're going
Of
to be
course.
18 soon, right?
Yes.
And some writers
2
have said that what privilege do you have at 18 that you're looking forward to?
Well, I think actually they've moved the drinking age to 21 now.
You
so
probably don't
now
drink
I don't
anyway.
drink anyway. There aren't
Yeah.
that many privileges. I mean, most kids can drive when they're 16 and 17. And most of you can't really do a lot until you're 21.
Yeah.
So I have a couple more good years left.
Yeah. Now, about your mom.
About my mom.
There have been some, I guess, critics who say that when you got be a certain age that because your mother is very close with you, you work closely together in your career, and I know you're friends, but you get the intimation that you would like to break away and be a little more independent. Is that?
I think that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I know that even with all my friends, it's going to be hard to leave your home and your
Right.
family. My mother's my best friend, and she always will be. And I think that going to school is just another step in my growing period.
Right.
I mean, she's also my manager, so I look at, when we talk about business, there's that end too.
Yeah.
But
That's a nice relationship to have.
I'm lucky. I mean, I
Yeah.
think I've been very lucky.
Yeah. We're going to take a little break. We're going to come right back, so stay where you are. You really get up? We're talking with Brooke Shields, Albert Brooks, the Brooks brothers. That's right, we have two Brooks, first and last name, right?
Right. Brooke.
That's right.
You don't have an E on your, do you?
No, but we shared one dressing room card.
Really? That's nice.
Could I interrupt for a minute?
Sure.
Could Buddy meet your doll? I just wondered later.
That's right, you did have
I'll
a
give
doll.
you a telephone
You did have a
number.
doll on the market, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay. You're going to study partly animal husbandry and veterinary?
Well, probably I'll be studying English and then and take any courses that I can that
Yeah.
have to do with animals.
Yeah. I'm going to go back to that one question I asked. I know I did a joke about the Volkswagen.
Right.
But isn't it a little tough? You are so well known. Will the students kind of give you a little space so you don't feel that you're always on display all the time?
I think it'll be difficult at first.
Yeah.
But I think that's with any freshman too. You have that amount of pressure.
Right.
It was hard the first year of high school, but now I have some very good friends, and I'm not really worried. I think given time, people will get used to me.
Yeah. I'll never get used to you. You just get more beautiful all the time. You really do. You're just, it's just nice to sit here and look at you.
Thank you.
I know that. I didn't mean to embarrass you by that.
Okay.
Now, we talked once. I know I read somewhere you get a lot of proposals of marriage, and you're really not going to get married at 17 or 18, but
No.
you've had some unusual ones,
Don't
haven't you?
try to ask me. Yes. While we were doing Sahara, I was, my mother actually was offered 12 camels for my hand in marriage, but
Are you serious?
yes, I'm totally serious on the one condition, and that was I would have to gain weight. They like women a little chunkier and chubbier.
Camel?
Yes, camels love them. No, they
In other
said
words,
that.
obviously some chic, I
Exactly, a
suppose.
chic. They proposed this, and they said.
And that is a dowry, and they went to your mother and said, we will give you 12 camels.
Exactly. Well, 12 camels is supposedly worth a lot there. I mean, I had to be a little flattered, but we turned down the offer.
12 camel offer is a biggie. I mean, that's heavy-duty stuff.
Yes. I've said I had school, and I had other things that I had to deal with.
To do
and-
first.
Yes.
You told a sheik that you had school? So we upped it to 15 camels? Okay. These aren't cigarettes. No,
yeah.
these are the real things.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea when you might get married or like to get married?
I think later 20s, early 30s.
Later 20s or early 30s?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd like to wait to get married.
Yeah. Now, would you marry younger men? Actually, statistically, women should marry younger men than older men.
Well,
Because
men are
the life
more-
insurance tables show that most husbands, buy the farm
No, but I
about
think-
7 or 8 years before the wife.
I think
Maybe
I
there's
would
some logic
probably-
in that pecking.
I don't know. I think I might marry someone older. I mean, as I said, now
Yeah.
to an 18-year-old,
Yeah.
20 is older. But
Yeah.
I mean,
What do you consider old?
as I said, a year older than me is sort of an older man.
Uh-huh.
But I think that 26 or something, if I were to go out with someone, that would probably have to be the.
26.
But in an emergency,
No, but it's-
Yes.
in an emergency, you can reverse the number.
That's right. Oh, sure, to you that is an older man. Of course.
I think, well, definitely,
Yeah.
I think that people, as I said, girls, most of my friends, if they go out with people, they go out with men and guys that are older than they are.
Well, girls mature
They do.
physically, and I think
Mentally, you can
mentally
say it.
a little
Go
ahead
ahead.
of, yes, ahead
Faster?
of men. Absolutely. You still collect autographs and pictures?
Yes, I do.
'Cause I remember you were talking about the night you were at the Night of the
100
Stars. And
I had many autographs. And it was interesting because it started off where there weren't that many people asking autographs, and I sort of started it.
Right.
And I asked everybody for their autograph, and the next day, Helen Hayes came up to me and said, would you please sign my autograph book? I mean,
Isn't that a thrill?
It was so thrilling, yes.
yeah. So you got all books at home?
Everything.
Am I in
have
your
my
books?
Yes, you are.
Really?
Yes.
Your picture of Sahara will come out somewhere in December?
December, yes.
Yeah,
It's
can you get a
December
break from
release.
school and come back and visit us again?
Yes, I'd love to.
Okay. By the way, I'll give you 12 camels and help you with your homework.
Is it not where I can?
Talk to your mother about that. Homework is important. Tomorrow night.
Teach
Thank
me.
you. Thank you, Albert, for being here.
my
And
pleasure.
are you going to bring the next kid on for the third installment of the
I'm ready to go to market.
Ready to go to market with this? Thanks for being here. Good night. I'm humbled by that applause.